About a bowl, Brady. About a bowl.
And we are live from the 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling Nationals in Wandafuka, which is in Victoria, BC. We have our fours and pairs nationals here. The featured game today is Nova Scotia A, which is the team is Braden Campbell as skip, Raymond McDonald as vice, John Seitman as second, and Liam Campbell with the defending champion, Alberta A, with Pat Bird, Francis Stanton, Michael Riley, and John McDonald. Woo! This is the rematch of the gold medal match for those tuning in. So, our broadcasters today are Ozzy Chambers. I'm from Bulls, BC, proud competitor out of there, and I'm joined with
Lauren C. from Ontario. Been at the National Championship a few times and World Bulls, and quite excited to be here to help commentate and watch this exciting game.
I'm just kidding. Hi, Max. You come looking for the hat. Hi, Pat. No, that one is in Clemenson's hat. Yeah, funny hat. Someone's stuck a runner.
Fours and pairs are happening. The fours are 15 ends and the pairs are 18. And you got to have those ends completed in a 2 hour and 15 minute final.
Maybe we'll. I know who might be able to. Yeah.
So while we're waiting for the games to begin, we have to say that Bulls Canada Blanc-Plein is the governing body responsible for lawn bowls in Canada. The BCB mission is to provide leadership to facilitate inclusive participation and excellence for the sport of bowls in Canada. So for more details, go to Bowls Canada website and sport of lawn bowls at www.bowlscanada.com.
There you go.
For all the exciting information about what's going on here, results, schedules, and the like. Thank you. I wasn't aware that this was a rematch from last year's championship. That's pretty good.
Pretty good. Same team, same competitors from last year, so it should be a good one.
Yeah. And last year was in Burlington, Ontario, and so now being here in Victoria, BC is quite exciting at the Wandafuka Lawn Bowling Club. Beautiful facility. I've been here a few times. Really appreciate the Pulse Club for doing this for us. And I say us because I'm also on the I'm also director for Bulls Canada. So thank you very much to Wandafuka for doing this. So how'd you find how they're saying about how the greens are running here today?
They're pretty good. They said they're fast. I believe this morning was about 10 or 11. I think off it, but I think it's a little faster than that. So the earlier match was for sure going that opposite directions on the drag part. Like rinks that we are playing on now that are mostly green, unless you're on the end ones here. So the A green is pretty good today. So we'll see how Nova Scotia and Alberta do in the match today.
Okay. So veterans of the game they are, right? I certainly know Pat Bird. He's been around on the national team and bowls a lot out of Australia. So he's got lots of experience under his belt.
Just follow the best over there, bud. Good night.
So far, there's some good bulls in this game. Just sitting on first down. Over to Matt for this one.
That's good there. Start, John. Take it. Up. Take it. There we go. Come on. All the way, buddy. All right. Good weight, Peter. Let's tighten that up. Tighten it up. Same ball. Strong heel. Better line. Something, buddy. Mike. Very nice, Peter. Come on up. Come on up. Plenty of room to drop out. Same shot. Same shot? Playground.
Certainly a good advantage viewpoint for me to watch this game. So it looks like they're all pretty tight there. Not too many loose bulls.
Line again. I think you just slip it under.
Yeah.
These 2023 Canadian Long Bowling Championship would not be possible without our sponsors. Thank you to the Government of Canada and Fairfield, Aurora, for the support of Canada.
Make sure we reach. The jack is here.
Great shot by Nova Scotia here, as the skips are coming down to make their shots.
Yes, we have a lot of great players here. Many of the players here certainly have had to have their playdowns in their host provinces. So we've got top players here. So it should give us some real good competition. We have presently World Bowls Championship squad that will be competing shortly in 2023. So we are missing some key people that may have been here before. But the team members, if you'd like to know for the World Bowls, are Ryan Bester, John Bazier, Kevin LaFrance, Rob Law, and Owen Kirby. And for the women, it'll be Kelly McCarahan, Jordan Cause, Emma Boyd, Bailey Van Steen, and Joanna Cooper. So while we wish they were here playing with us, we want to wish them all the best and play well for Canada and bring home one of those medals.
Great shot there by Pat Bird, trailing the back, but it's his goal. Leave over at 6, at least 1. Possibly 2.
Y'all are very close.
Yeah. Sounds good.
It might be the option. If anything, you get the edge.
I'm going to try to... I didn't see how it builds up. Are you thinking they're going to throw a runner or something? Watch those bulls go flying. Try to draw around all those bulls. And often it'll depend on what kind of bulls you have. that'll allow you to go all around, really wide rolling bowls or straight bowls.
Up one?
And I don't mind it. Up one.
And you want me coming around everything? Or
Alberta sits one right now.
coming around everything?
After
What do
trying
you call it? Tell me
to
what
go
you
around
want.
the big, great wall in front.
Coming through
Or
there.
either that or promote one of the fronts ones. Might be easier that way. I think that they're talking about that.
Look at that.
Yeah, it looks like that too.
Yeah. Might be tough to draw around all that.
It's pretty hard to see from our angle. Blue bowls with pink stickers and blue bowls with,
Yeah.
or pink bowls with the Nova Scotia with blue color. Can you make it a piece of zone?
I don't think he expected it to curl that much with that weight. So they're just trying to figure out the green. The first couple lands of playing this game, you gotta learn the green and you make your adjustments. With the 4 quads here, each one can play quite differently. Oh, just missed it.
So I believe that would be one for Alberta. So 1-0 Alberta 1. Is 1 to Alberta A.
Yes, and they just, while we were in the pairs and the fours, we had the single championships here as well, just before these playdowns. So it was a lot of fun to watch the singles as well. Come down early, get ready for your pairs and fours, but get to watch some singles play. Was a pretty much clean sweep almost for Alberta for the singles, and except the Ontario silver medalist was Dave Defoe from actually my area in Milton. He plays out of Heritage now as well. So that was an excellent result for Ontario and beautiful result for Alberta to almost take the whole podium. Pretty exciting. Woo.
I like the line. I like that line, Mike. Come on in. All the way. Yes. Sir.
Try and give you the best angle on this camera angle we have. Alberta just has delivered the jack to just pretty much a couple inches off. I believe Nova Scotia is holding one right now with Alberta's bowls in front.
A lot easier to see from this end.
Yeah.
We're right over the top of them. It's pretty cool.
You still got that much space to come around, Mike.
I always said watching long bowls is you get a lot better perspective of the lines and stuff when you're a floor above or just above it as opposed to being on the ground. Almost like curling.
Yeah.
Where we shouldn't stand? You're good, you're right on top of it.
Yeah, so now Pat just commented that asking us where the best place for the fours to stand when they're in the head, but I think we see pretty well either way. Sometimes those guys like to make a wall though when they stand up in the head and you can't see what's going on, but I think we'll be okay with these cameras.
Come on, Mike.
Yeah, if you don't see it, we'll try and describe the head good enough for you guys.
I like it, Pat. Come on. All the way through. All the way. You got a bomb here, buddy. Yeah, brilliant goal. Brilliant goal.
I'll save my blue pull down, trying to get it around the front.
My foot, target.
Alberta Bulls. A little tricky green out here, so that looks like 5-3 coming down with 2 here.
Nice. Well down.
It's Francis to the a little more weight, trying to help with that black. Nova Scotia. She doesn't look far off from
Or
just
take the
on
jack.
Scotia coming down with this bowl.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, so probably hard to catch the jack now, but could certainly get the bull.
Yeah, close.
Looks like Francis might actually
Yeah, that's
go
really,
this time.
that is a hell of a jump.
Nice bull.
Since Sanchez was looking for a shot for Alberta.
Just play to the green.
As Pat goes down, Alberta's on the shot.
Yeah, so now we'll all stand on the green, and then we may have a little trouble seeing that. A point. Yeah, so Pat's got to try to do better. Come to that goal or grab the jack. Because he's sitting in behind, isn't he?
Okay with it.
Francis' bull is jack high, and Liam's bull is about maybe an inch behind the jack. Pat delivers his bull. Possibly.
No, he's in behind.
We're working our best with the great walls.
Yeah, until they get their weight. Better to have bulls at the back, but until this is only the second end. You just gotta get a feel of the greens. So I'll try to beat that bull, see if we can get a second shot. Is it two?
Come with a good amount of weight here to get through the gap.
Oh, the wrong team. Let's talk about the wrong team. Okay, I'll get this one. There you go.
There you go! Well done,
Nice
buddy!
touch here. Possibly moving it to 2 for
Yeah, one to that last. Through the gap in it. I didn't learn anything from you, sorry. Don't touch Peter. Ah.
Real safe.
Good amount of weight to
Great place here, buddy. Come on, man. Real close.
Got it, boys.
Come on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good shot, Pat.
you move the jack to Francis's back full, so Alberta holds at least one depending on the measure to the ditch.
Probably only need like a yard on. You gotta clip it, right?
Grader's last clip is the closest one for Nova Scotia. Creighton's coming down, just trying to get by John's goal. Perfectly drawn and wasn't that far off, honestly.
Go, run it!
And
I was trying to come on the dark red.
sure measure here.
Make that move. I think we have it. One off, Pat. Good job, Pat. High five it up. Keep going, guys. Take it right out.
After 2 for Alberta.
So then I guess we should take a moment to, thanks to Kukri Sports Canada, the official kits supplier of the Bulls Canada national team. Kukri is a leading global sportswear provider dedicated to delivering superior products and exceptional service driven by a deep understanding of the athlete's journey from grassroots to performance sports. So thanks to Kukri. So far too, the weather's been holding out really great here in Victoria. It's been pretty hot, I heard last week. but we've gone through some cool down. It's actually 16, 17 degrees. A little chilly when you just sit around watching, but I'm sure it's quite comfortable for the players. Not too much of a factor with the wind for the bowls. Do you think, Leslie? Wind okay?
Not really a lot of wind, but a lot. It's also been pretty calm.
This morning anyway, they were up pretty good yesterday, but sometimes if it's too windy, it'll affect the load of the bowl, so you have to deal with that as well when you deliver.
Pretty clear, little clouds, no smoke here from Kelowna, so
That's a bonus.
it is a bonus, but you know, we send our thoughts and prayers for all the people
Yes.
there trying to live their lives.
Not just there, but all across Canada,
Exactly.
you know, and everywhere else. Yeah, it's tough.
Stuff.
Come on. All right.
Especially
Yeah, did you see some of those pictures? Like they're playing and you can see the smoke in the background. That's be a little surreal.
yeah.
Pass it, I'll go on, John.
But the question is it an intentional delivery there? Because it fell out of my hand there.
It was pretty close. He went past the hog line, didn't he?
Let's see what happened. Was he talking here for a second? Guess he dropped his ball.
Intentional delivery.
Went past the hog line.
He went through the motion of delivering it as well, rather as opposed to just dropping it.
Yes, I believe so. That's what they're saying. It's your second unique rule we've seen today, so the couple more feet. Alberta picking up the drag before it's rolling earlier today. Another second one. As John got the delivery second ball. Doesn't look far off from.
Made a good adjustment. Good job.
Just a little short.
Yeah, a little tough to get the weight on some of these greens because, like the green just beside us, it's dry on the end. You go through the green patch in the middle, and then it's dark brown on the other side. So you gotta adjust those weights for the different conditions for sure.
Especially got a pretty good range here.
Yeah, it seems
Little green spots on the right side, but not as much as the other greens, so I'd say it's a little more consistent.
yeah, throughout the whole distance. Probably pretty consistent too at the dip. If you move the jack up and down a little bit, it's all pretty good. So.
As we're talking, I believe Alberta sits 1 or 2, at least one. So, looks like shot from my angles. Just gotta be a little careful here. So, pretty good goal, just stripping off the zone for the second shot. Get a little piece of that jack and trail it back. Bring it open the gap for.
We have made that easier.
Draw through the ground to my foot here.
You're saying Alberta is sitting 2, so.
Sitting 2, I believe.
So by removing that bowl, I was in the way there, and we're giving Nova Scotia maybe a chance to come up right at it.
Just gotta have a good call. That we're the back there, so.
Yeah, because it goes dead, it's a free spot, and they score,
Free
right?
spot, yeah.
anything in the way will work. Sometimes you don't want to build up the head too much, right?
Exactly.
Give him something to use. I might have given him a bit of a port there, though. And even if Alberta's sitting too, and he hits it and he then end up on the respot, he's still only down 1 instead of 2. Not a bad move.
It's going for a little, looks like a little. Okay.
Yeah, so he's probably just trying to be a positive into the head, because killing it is not going to be advantageous because they've got the respot. But I think it's hard to do that yard over, 2 yard over shot here.
I know that.
It'd be better to draw or to go right for it. I don't know. Again, depends on the greens.
No, that looks good.
Looks like that one side of kind of.
Yeah. Oh, that's not our ball right there. No. Yeah, I.
That's yours there.
Okay.
That's ours.
Now, I don't want to play that. We're drawing here or we're going to the back. You choose. Draw here?
Yeah, just draw.
I think John's good because he's covered already at the back.
Yeah.
Looks very close to the head, so it could be a good goal, good capture. A lot of strategy in this game so far, so I think all the players are dialed in for this one. So.
Maybe can he squeeze the jack out to the right as we were looking at it? I don't know whose balls are on that side. So you have to think that too as to how much weight you want to throw.
That's a hard one for him. His left is down to his right. He's down to
Okay, that doesn't have good position, is what you're saying.
He doesn't really have that good position anymore. Great is a very good player. His safe shots. Yeah.
Probably 2.
See if he's going for a draw or a little. As the last ball's coming down for the third end, Alberta A is up to nothing. Or A's right. Reason coming down with a little wind.
Watch out for the quick.
Got a little lucky.
Yeah, because I think that was,
That was Alberta that got one, so at least 2, maybe another. I believe it's 4-0 Alberta after 3.
Yeah, it's a game of patience. Like I said, first couple hands, only giving up 1s is good until you start to master the green, and then you turn it on. You hope.
4. Yeah, we counted that already.
Yeah, so this place is pretty full. We've got lots of games going on. Lots of competition. We all aspire to come here at the end of the season and meet some new friends and meet some old friends and have some really good competition.
Yeah, gotta be in trouble again.
Yeah, if you hit it solid. Mike, you got something to rest on, huh?
Great competition to come back that everybody looks forward to. So. Sure, we'll back here, so everybody. For sure, tough road to get here, but we're all trying to play our best ball game of the season, so we show the top, play alongside the top of the can. So.
Round ball is just behind the gap. Let's just come on it.
Those just tuning in, it's the 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling Championship. It's being hosted at the Wanafika Lawn Bowling Club in Victoria, BC. Wanafika Lawn Bowling Club celebrated their 25th year in 2018. Their 4 excellent greens are a legacy from the Commonwealth Games in 1994. They're the only club in BC with 4 greens. I believe one of the 3, I believe, 3 or 4 that have 4 greens. So.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how many, but there's not many left. A lot of work, a lot of expense to maintain 4 rinks. Do you know how many people are members here?
I would say a good solid number of 104 at least. And they keep growing. It's pretty good. COVID took a toll on get all those new players to come out and try lawn bowls.
Yeah, keep working that angle, yes we have. But I think we've been pretty good in our club. We've managed to come back to pre-COVID levels as well. So I think most people are doing okay across Canada.
This away is very good.
Nova Scotia, holding one here. After seconds, or last period with the seconds coming down. Francis for Alberta and John Sutton for Nova Scotia. Francis shot here. Taking some good leads.
George Cook.
Just a bit short, but on center line. Pretty good work.
Okay, all well, see like you have a few. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, sure, okay. I'll go by there after this.
Okay, just kind of Peter's ball is target, right? That's good one. Like you can, right there. Good one.
Adding that.
Down. There you go. Okay, pal, make the adjustment.
Oh, you went wider at front
Just hit the opponent in for second shot. It happens. Trying to go around them or find your own. You find the wrong one. Oops.
Yeah, exactly.
Saw a couple today who were watching another team actually chip the jack. You know, you try to be too perfect and get in the head and you just chip the jack to the wrong person. Oh, darn.
Yeah. Try to make that wonderful shot sometimes, and sometimes you just put a dagger in yourself instead. So.
Yeah, been there, done that. lost a game because of that.
So as Pat walks down, I believe he's up 1, or sorry, down 1. From my end, it's pretty hard to see the sun when they're on the green, but we'll for sure keep you posted when we find out ourselves.
Well, that's what I mean. They're all standing in front of it, right? You can see.
Gotta get that team chemistry, of course, so I for sure understand.
100%. Perfect call.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's it. Do it.
So as of right now, from my view, it's at least 1 Alberta, dark pink, so we got the pink stickers versus the light blue, which is Alberta.
Get off. Get off. Okay.
Braden's coming down. Good weight trying to get through that pole. A little wick on his own.
Okay. Good effort. Really good effort.
Bringing up the head. Keeping from anybody from scoring too much. Nova Scotia just has to be patient.
Alberta coming a bit wide, seeing if they can draw around their own. Onto possibly Nova Scotia, second one. Just a couple feet short.
Right there.
Looks like he's just, ooh, he just got through. Oh,
Really good.
a little wide for the Jack. Great effort by Brandon Campbell there.
One Pat.
So after that, it's 5-0 for Alberta A against Nova Scotia A.
Yeah, further out is fine. This is good.
John McDonald delivered the Jack. Give you a bit of a score update across the men's fours here. We got Ontario B against BCA, and it's currently 5-4 for Ontario B over BCA.
Good start.
They're playing the fourth end. And Alberta B against Quebec. It looks like it's 9-4, I believe, after 4. Sorry, 9-1 for Alberta B over Quebec. Then on rink 1 we have BCB versus Manitoba A, and it's 3-1 for BCB. And for Ontario A against Saskatchewan A. Looks like Ontario is up 6-2.
Playing well here, Mike.
As we go back to the feature map, John McDonald just drew a toucher.
22. We got one in the back now.
Yeah, so we're only in round 2 right now. So the standings, of course, every game is super important. But, you know, you've got to play 9 games in the round robin, so everybody plays each other. And so from one day to the next, the tides turn. So you've just got to take as many wins as you can and keep staying patient and working it every day. So with round 2, it's still anybody's business, of course.
Let's see, buddy. Yeah, good hand, Mike. Good hand. Okay. Time for contact. 2. One more in the head. Yeah, repeat, Peter. Not going as much speed, but nice.
Yeah, so take a moment again for mention our sponsors. The 2023 Canadian Lawn Bowling sponsorship would not be possible without our sponsors. Thank you to the Government of Canada, the Award Store, for your continued support of lawn bowling in Canada.
Yeah.
Stay up. Stay up. Stay up.
There you go, John. And I guess the other challenge too with lawn bowling that you don't have in curling is trying to figure out who's bowls and who. We are certainly very liking now that there's many colored bowls, not just black anymore. So once you become familiar with your team, you can pick out who's shot and who isn't by the color of the bowls, which makes it a much more spectator-friendly sport. We've added a lot of color. Our uniforms are all 4 colors and no longer the stodgy white color before in the past. So color is strongly encouraged at every level of the game, and makes it a more inclusive, exciting game, I think, when you have lots of color and lots of activity going on. Being able to stream these games as well is an awesome advantage for people to start to watch and learn more about bowls and become interested in the game. Oh, a nice little rub off. I think that makes some shot now. The Nova Scotia shot. If you don't complete your game in that time, then that's it. As long as you throw the jack on the last end before the horn goes, you can finish that end. But the jack has to be delivered very quickly if you're very short of time. And that way it just keeps the games going all at the same time. Everybody finishes at a normal, regular time.
Okay, no gap. All the way, buddy. All the way. Attaboy. Your duty. Yeah, we got best in back. Big target.
Alright, so Nova Scotia will want to score soon, just if nothing else to feel better. I did try to change the momentum a little bit.
Yep, hope the sound level is better for all the people out there. So we just had a little headphone problem, so we got it fixed now. So think we're good now. So.
All right, thanks, Ozzy. I wouldn't know how to do that.
It's all good, yeah. Yep, so right now, Nova Scotia is holding shot right now. With Liam's first goal.
Add a couple of feet. And assume the rink's going to take it out. Here.
Yeah, so if Nova Scotia manages to hold on to their shot, then I would imagine that they will change the length of this mat and this jack. Since Alberta has been playing well at this length and have been scoring, so that's one of the strategies. Once you get your chance to get the mat, either you pull it up and make it a shorter jack, or throw the jack closer to the tee line. Anything to just change the length and change the momentum of the game.
What kind of weight do you want to play for that?
For Nova Scotia, so John's goal is currently the shot goal, with Liam's as second.
And it looks like they've got the back bowl to Nova Scotia. So any hit on that jack and bowl, the jack will roll back. Am I correct with that?
Yeah, I believe so,
right?
yeah.
From what I'm seeing?
I believe Alberta only has that pole a foot away from the jack. Francis just made contact with Alberta's front pole on the left side. So, let's see.
So probably I would be possibly putting one at the back and not building up the head, but maybe they see something else. Okay, so now they're set to 3 and have good position. Any movement on that jack will probably bring in the back one. Either way it goes.
Exactly, yeah. Perfectly jack high hole, so any contact for Alberta could possibly wiggle it to the third shot there. Francis doesn't look far off, at least possibly taking one away. Oh, just hit his front line.
He's having him draw it in one more. I might have gone the other way, covered the back on the other side, because that jack will. I can almost guarantee it's going to move on the next end, on the next bowl.
It's a very tight head, so
yeah,
see if Nova Scotia can.
Lots to hit.
Yeah, Nova Scotia put a guard on the center line, so not a bad bowl there for them.
Yeah, that turned out okay.
Yeah, we got Suzanne from Montreal saying hello. Laura.
Oh, Susan Hill, yes. Yeah, my Susan Hill. Hey, I'll take a moment to put a plug in here. Thanks, Susan. So I've got my Quebec friends, Anne Morissette and Susan Hill, and we've begun bowling together in what we call the Lady 3-Day here in Ontario. We had a great time this year. Last year we had 12 women's team. This year we had 18 women's team. And we hope to have even more. Pre-COVID, we were around 20, 22 teams. So we will be moving on to Belleville. Hoping to get some people from more of the eastern part of the province and Quebec. And we play 3 days on the Civic Long Weekend. I'm not sure just what it is, the 3rd, 4th, and 5th or thereabouts. And so you can contact me, Laura Seed, at hotmail.com, and you can get a form to play. And we have it open to, we want to attract anybody from across Canada, anywhere from the States, all the women coming out and having a great time. And so Susan, miss you, and say hi to Anne for me.
For those just tuning in today, our featured game is Alberta A against Nova Scotia A, the rematch of the 2022 gold medal match, which Alberta came on top last year, and Alberta is looking to make a response this year. Also, it's Aussie Chambers broadcasting alongside
Laura Seed from Ontario.
for those just tuning in, so we're doing pretty good. So
Again, we have a wall of men in front of the bowls, but I think we're going to see some weight coming down a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Pat Bird's coming down with a couple feet on at least. I believe he missed his guard.
Okay, so there we go.
So Braden's looking to draw a third or a fourth and give Nova Scotia a good cushion to get back in this game.
Did you get it?
I'm your jack.
Looks a little short, so.
You probably didn't want to be too crazy because any movement on that jack would have gone, a small movement on the jack would have gone to Alberta. A big movement would have gone right back, but.
Yes, very true. So at least two for Nova Scotia here. They're measuring for the third one.
All right, let's see if my prediction is right. Is the mat going up? Jack going to be shorter? Something.
Maybe something different, but I don't think it's completely yet. Pat loves his mat on the singles, so see.
Yeah, I know, but it's Nova Scotia that's got it now, so it's going to move it.
I know.
Oh, I see what you
that's
mean.
What I'm saying.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's
yes.
all good.
Yes. Okay. So what he's referring to is Pat Bird. When he plays singles, he loves pulling the mat up. So you have to take that into consideration sometimes when you're playing, as to how the opponents like it, and you got to be careful with that. But you also have to play your own strengths too. But see, it's not going to be as full length as it was. And it doesn't take much of a change either, just a small change. And then again, we have to adjust our lines, we have to adjust our weights again at this particular length.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty good mat placement by them, just moving halfway between what Pat would play and Alberta plays. So.
Exactly. It does. Like I say, it doesn't have to be much.
Yeah, looks like the same spot for the jack though, so it's pretty good. So we'll see if Alberta can adjust to the weight here. So. A little heavy by Liam on his first one and drawing a little short, so see if Liam can make the correction and get his perfect ball on.
Well, so now he's a little bit behind, which there's nothing wrong with those bowls, but now his second needs to put one probably a little closer. So those are all useful bowls, and it's a team effort. You got 4 people who get their chances at it, building up the head.
Try to play their shot first.
That's it.
Okay, so he trails the jack back. That works perfect. Nice shot. Maybe a little bit further than he wanted, but it's still really good. And a touch or
Up
two.
here, it's a little more open for you to come through, to be honest. I like through here.
Almost midway through the the 7th inning. Alberta leading 7-3 over Nova Scotia.
Still lots of time. And what did I say? The 4s play 15 ends.
15
Halfway through, yeah.
We got 9 to go in this one.
I think John's figured out his line and his weight a little bit now. A lot of adjustments through end after end after end.
Not sure who's holding right now, but looks some
I think it's Nova Scotia for both.
Nova Scotia. Yeah. That's good. See if Mike can make the correction on his line or weight this time from his last one. Just a little wide on John. Nothing wrong with that. Right in the back.
Oh yeah, no, back rolls are golden because it gives the skip more opportunities of shots selection when he needs to, or yeah, when he or she needs to.
Got some weight, I like that line. Hold your head now.
Just through the gap on Mike's roll, so looks like Nova Scotia's holding at least 2 here.
Just take out 4 feet, you'll be fine. Hold that line though. That's pretty good for you.
Beautiful goal by Francis. So I believe it's
He chipped it to them, to his own teammates.
his own
yeah.
team. So I believe it's 1 in a measure. Braden and Canada, they're 1 down. So see if Freeman can go around John's front bowl onto Mike's to sit. Or get a good second. Coming down pretty good. Might just be on the other side. Ooh, just a little chip off of John. And then do it. Those just tuning in, we have our national team at the World Bowls on the Gold Coast. Their championship starts August 29th and play all the way to September 10th. Those members representing Team Canada are Ryan Bester, John Beezer, Cameron LaFrenge, Rob Law, and Owen Kirby. On the women's side, it's Kelly McCarahan, Jordan Koss, Emma Boyd, Bailey Van Stein, and Joanna Cooper. And we wish you guys the best of luck on the upcoming World Bowls. So Braden's coming to the mat, looking like 2 down, I would say. So maybe 1 in a measure. So.
Okay, ball's worth. Ball's worth a few.
A little late on that.
Ball's worth a few.
See if Pat can respond.
Okay.
Draw a third or a second.
Yeah, and the jack straight back is 3 or 4. Okay. You're up. Chuck. Beauty. That's a third. That's the beer. Oh, no. I don't drink, but okay. Somebody need go. Take the spray.
Makes it harder for Nova Scotia, that's for sure, to get in there and try to get shot.
Get tight again. Looks like he has a good line for a wick, so.
Come on. Yep. Oh, just the wrong way.
Could be a second for Alberta here. So.
Trying to come into mine with a meter, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking for the promote here.
So as I mentioned, we had the singles here prior to the pairs and the fours. And the singles winners from the men and the women's sides get to go to an event called Champion of Champions. And Pat Bird won last year's singles, and so we'll be going to the Champion of Champions for this year. And Pat Bird also won singles this year. So he will be going back to back to the Champion of Champions, which is usually held in either somewhere in Australia, maybe New Zealand. I'm not sure where it's being held this year, on the Gold Coast of Australia. And so he gets to do it twice in a row, 2 years in a row. He's won the singles here. So congratulations to Pat. And we also want to say congratulations to Claire Day, who won her singles this year. She's won a few gold medal matches for her province in Alberta in team play, triples and fours. But this is the first time she's actually done it as a singles player. So she will be going to the Champion of Champions in 2024. And our representative for this year is Jordan Cause. She's presently at World Bowls, and she will also be at the Champion of Champions. So we wish Jordan and Pat good luck on their endeavors in Australia. I guess Alberta scored. Did they score one or two?
Scored a 3, I
see.
believe,
A
actually.
3. Oh.
So it's currently 10-3 after 7 for Alberta.
And a good opener there.
Great opener by John there. Trying to touch her.
Yeah, you're probably around that ball now. I like it, Mike. All the way now. All the way. Yeah, that's your line. Stop. I like this way. I want to protect the jack. You can just come in front of this one. Where's the second?
Pretty good correction or statement by Liam. Just coming up a little short on the play.
Okay, get the hair tight. Great pace, Peter.
John looks not that far off from his first one.
So we got one on the jack and one in behind. The lead has done his job. We all have our positions on the team, and there are certain expectations from each position as to what you want to do. Certainly as a lead, you've got one on the jack and one in the back. If your lead doesn't do that for you, then you hope that your second will remedy the situation.
Great second ball by Liam here. Just pushing the jack to the right side of the
So now he's opened it up, giving the second a chance to, the second to do something with his second ball.
Alberta's looking to possibly tuck that jack away. It's a little short and narrow. Ball could come into play later. Jack's coming down. So Alberta's up 1 right now. Get off back here for a second shot. I believe he got it.
He's been waiting to back. Good ball from that back.
Ball here. It's going to sit on the tee. Pretty much perfectly on the tee.
So I think we're going to see some weight on the next because you've got Nova Scotia has got 2 bulls in the head, so they come with some weight and chase that one bull back there too. Yep.
Looks like the match here. Pretty good spot.
He's trying to build up the head a little bit again. Build up
Looks like he's
or
in
is
the
he,
head
oh,
this
or is he
time.
getting at it from the side?
He might be a little narrow on that one. It looked like he might actually got that one.
I like that round.
Alberta really wants to get another bull in the head because it's 4 bulls to 1 right now.
All right, Walker.
Come on. Thanks. Come on, come on. Yeah, just play his ball.
Well, he still wants to draw.
We're down 3. Play in between those two.
I guess you got to do a draw here, maybe. Put on.
Oh, there'd be another good
I guess just a draw. Just a bit more weighted.
Little chip on their bowl. I said possibly 2. Just hit the front guard. Alberta. We'll just roll just behind our guard. The wide open middle for Alberta and Nova Scotia to get their balls.
Look at it, just suck and go.
Looks heavy.
Some pretty good draw lines here, so we'll see what the skips can do this end. See if Nova Scotia can come back or Alberta to extend their lead a little more. But Alberta gotta be careful. They only got 1 bull in the head.
Yeah, it's in a good spot though. It's hard to take it out, but I don't know if it's shot. Is it shot too?
It's in the measurement, but a hard one to get at. So Nova Scotia just wondering how to pop that out. Possibly said 2.
I don't know if I can finesse that hole now, so.
Want to put or not? Yeah.
Good weight.
Great moment of pat here, so I believe Alberta at least has 1 here.
Yes, hit the ball.
At
Can you
least
double
1.
them out?
It would be a tricky one, so
That dark red one goes, Mike, what's it worth?
looks like it's 2 against 2 in the head for Alberta Nova Scotia here. So
If he hits the ball on the right side as we're looking at it, onto the other Alberta ball, it takes them both out.
exactly, it doesn't look far off if he gets by that guard here.
Wait,
Got the
keep tracking,
clean jack.
Okay.
Oh, what a beautiful ball
one way of
right
doing
in
it.
here.
That's the other thing with this game is you have many different angles to come at it,
All the way!
depending on what your strengths are with throws, hard or draws, or how the lines, the green gives you as to what hand you play. And it's hard as a spectator to really appreciate that until you're actually playing it and can feel the ball and know how it rolls on the green.
That's not cut off. Yeah, he got it. So Alberta sets 1 once again.
I don't like that area back there anymore. Sorry.
Green's coming with a bit of weight. It looks like it's gonna hold on to
be
Alberta.
positive.
So, just
Oh, good effort, babe.
might have been a good bull,
Just rolled
honestly.
off, yeah.
And got a piece of the jack too. So. Not sure. So Beverly's asking Alberta A or Alberta B versus Quebec. As of right now, after the 8th end, it's 15-2 for Alberta B against Quebec. And then on the rink beside the Alberta Nova Scotia game, it's 12 12-7 after 7 for BC A against Ontario B. And for rink 2, it's Ontario A against Saskatchewan A, and it's 8-7 in a pitch measure right now. And then on rink 1, it's currently BC versus Manitoba A, so BCB is up, I believe, 6-3 after 7. That's your score update. Currently halfway through the halfway mark. So.
And I'm leaving that Aussie. He has much younger eyes than I do. I meant to bring my binoculars and I completely forgot them.
It's all good, yeah.
I can see some of them, especially since my cataract surgery, but I still can't see it all that well.
Yeah. So that last end was just 1 for Alberta, so currently 11 to 3 for Alberta after 8.
I see that they've got the scoreboard. Oh no, the scoreboards are on the that
Directly
side, so we
behind,
can actually see those. Well, you can. Maybe.
I can.
I don't know. Can you tell? I have a vested interest here. My husband David Anderson is playing pairs with Jeff Hardy. He's playing against Quebec, but he's way over in the other rink, so I can't watch it. I can't see it. See,
I gotta find what rink they're on. Oh, I got the 10th of the way, so I can't see.
Oh, come on. Move over a little bit. Take a look.
Oh, it's all good. It looks like there's some pretty good games across all 4 of them, so a lot of blowouts and stuff, so that's what we like to see at the national level. So. And it's good competition. So.
It all counts at the end as to who's up and who wins and who loses, as to whether you're going to be in the medal rounds or not. So it gets pretty intense by day 3.
Yes.
So I think we have 3 games today and 3 games tomorrow and 3 games on Friday, and then the finals are on Saturday. Is that correct? I think so.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, so, 3 games a day, you're playing 18, 15 ends. It's, I think, pretty grueling for your, even though it's not an aerobic sport like hockey and those things, but from a mental point of view, too, it's a challenging game as well to keep playing, and you're battling the weather, and it's truly a good competitive sport.
It is for sure. But we can't do this competition without our sponsors, like the Noro Awards Store for the 50 years. The Noro Awards Store has been the supplier of awards and recognition products to the sports organizations, schools, professional organizations, corporate markets, and service club. Noro has the capacity to serve everything from national competitions to local leagues with custom medals and awards, signage, and promotional products. Thank you, Noro, for supporting the 2023 Canadian Championships.
Youth Lawn Bowls Championships. The youth. They sponsored the youth.
They did all of them. But
oh, they did?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Oh, good for them.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they do great with their competitions. So they sponsor every competition. It's good. But especially the youth ones that I was at. So
yeah.
It was good. So. But yeah. So currently then that we're on Alberta against Nova Scotia, it looks like Alberta is currently holding 1 in a measure, I would say, from my angle. But the thirds are delivering their bowls now, so that could change.
So were you at the youths this year?
Yes, I did, and I got
in
the
Regina?
silver. Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, good.
Thank you. Yeah.
And they combined the youths with the parables as well, didn't they?
No, not at this one. No.
No, not at this one.
No.
Oh, the parables was in Calgary.
Stanley Park.
In Calgary. That's correct. That's correct.
Yes, it was good.
Yeah, so that's one of Bowl Canada's initiatives. Has been starting a parables league competitions as well. And it was in Calgary, and they hosted it. It was We had parables the year before that as well. So we are hoping that that's going to be a little bit more, more people interested in playing that game and expanding on it. It gets better and better every year.
Yes, lawn bowling is for sure a good sport for everyone. If you're young, old, you have a problem or you don't have a problem.
Yeah, yeah.
You can deliver a bowl, you could be a good lawn bowler.
Yeah.
Exactly, so.
Yeah, and they have it, I think, like the wheelchairs don't
Like
damage.
physical and
Yeah.
don't know what the proper term is for the other one, but I think it's
Yes.
vision, I think maybe vision
Yes.
category.
Well, they're in different categories
Yeah.
depending on what the disability is. Yes. Yes. And the bowl, the blind bowlers are just absolutely phenomenal, because it is about touch and about feel. So if you're able to deliver them the right information, they can bowl lights out. But so as many of the other disabilities, the lawn chairs also doesn't really hurt the greens as much as you think, but I think they're trying to develop better ones that we could use. So there's a lot of challenges and a lot of things coming up with that in a couple of years from now.
It is, yeah.
It's all about making the sport all inclusive.
Exactly. Got many ages here at this competition. We got the really experienced bowlers and we got the older category too. So, if you can roll a bowl at a good pace, you can end up being at the championship.
Yeah.
It's really good.
And they made bowls now that are very small, quadruple zeros. So they go from quadruple 0 to 0 to 1 to, I think they don't make them much bigger than 5s now.
5, yeah.
I don't think so. So for whatever size of your hand, we can find bowls that will fit you and you can play the game.
I'm okay.
Yeah. I believe Alberta sets a couple here on this end, so Brandon's looking to cut them down, possibly trail to a bowl of his around the Jackson. I believe it's maybe.
What about the back? Get the back.
So now Pat Bird's worried about what's at the back because he knows that Braden could come along and drive it back. And if Nova Scotia's got 2 or 3 shots back there, they need to cover that. So at this point, Alberta doesn't need to get big counts. They just need to keep the counts down.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I wonder how many Alberta has in the head right now. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I believe that's Raymond Bowles on the side, so possibly Alberta only has 1, but that's Alberta Bowl. I mean, Nova Scotia's in a lot of trouble, so. But.
Pat just went in the ditch trying to put in a back row, and that happens sometimes.
So they are 3 down. 3 and a look.
So do you gamble and try to get the jack back for 3 or 4, or if you miss, you lose it? And he's going for the gamble.
Get a piece of that side of the hooks. Oh, just
doing it a little bit too narrow.
I believe it was 3 they indicated.
Might been a bit of a turning point. Why they on M9? Is that right?
Yeah.
M9.
It turned out to be a 4, so that would make it 15-3 after 9. So with 6 ends to go, Alberta looks to keep their 12-point lead. So.
Yeah, good start, mate.
John's just on fire today. Haven't had to bowl more than a couple feet off the jack, so he's doing his job today. So
yeah, it makes it easier for the skip.
Exactly.
It's pretty nice when the skip only has to draw in or has to put a position bowl.
It is pretty good, but Liam's still having a battle with John, so.
Good home.
Been a good game so far, so. Score doesn't reflect it, but the Bulls are coming in pretty nicely from both teams. So.
Yeah, sometimes you're right. The scores can be quite lopsided, but it's only because you took a chance on one end, and it changes the whole picture of the game.
He's retired. Brian's nice. What's the difference?
Yeah, good track, mate.
They got to the green. That's fantastic. Wait. Hey, Rap. Let's just try and come to my foot. You can play either. That's definitely more.
Starting 4 feet, mate.
You do that exact same roll with 3-4 feet more, Justin.
So also to the weather is starting to get even warmer and the sun's coming out now. So of course that starts to dry up the greens, and again it changes the lines. So it's the teams that are able to recognize those changes in the weather patterns through the day that allows you to be the more successful team. Another thing you have to think about in lawn bowls that you don't have to think about in curling. Do you curl?
I don't. I haven't actually tried it. That's the one sport I have.
Yeah, no, it's a great sport, of course, right? And most curlers that try lawn bowling do very well. They catch on very quickly. The strategy is a little different, so they always want to keep putting in blocks instead of putting bowls at the back. But they quickly learn the strategy, and it's the same with us who bowl and then we go and play curling. We catch on fairly quickly as well, so it's a very transferable sport. And if you play both of them, it keeps you busy all winter long and all summer long.
So those just tuning in, this is the Alberta versus Nova Scotia A match. So the players playing are Braden Campbell for Nova Scotia, Raymond McDonald, John Sightman, and Liam Campbell. And for Alberta A, we have Pat Bird, Francis Stanton, Mike O'Reilly, and John McDonald.
So one of the scores I can see is on the rink beside us, where Carrie Mans from BC, he's up against Ontario. Ontario A. Ontario A's got 7, and Carrie's BC team, BCA, I can't see because he's got right in front of him. Okay, so it's 12-7 for BCA.
Oh, we're in Australia.
And I can just see Alberta on the next rink against Quebec. So I see Alberta's got 20 versus Quebec has 2. I can actually do that one too. It's like my eye test here. Okay, I can't see further than that much very well. You can take
I'll come
over.
in from here. So and then it's, I believe it would be Ontario A. I can't see the letter, but
yeah, it's
against
Ontario
Saskatchewan A. It's 10-8 for Ontario. And then on the end rink, on one, we have BCB versus Manitoba A. I believe it is a tie game at 6-6 after the 9th end. Every game is pretty much on their 9th or 10th end, so they're pretty fast paced. All fours in pairs game have to get it in the 2-hour and 15-minute time limit, with the fours doing 15 ends and the pairs doing 18.
Yeah, it speeds up. I mean, we're not, the lead and the second are really not allowed to go to the head, neither the vice, until their last bowls. And but that really speeds up the game. It used to be that the vice would come up and have a chit chat with the skip and what should we do and how do we do this, and next thing you know, a 2 1/4 game turns into 3 1/4 game or 3 1/2. So now they're learning to communicate better across the green instead of having to walk up and down and talk to each other. The skip is allowed to be in the head. I mean, the vice is allowed to be in the head at the beginning with the skip. There are teams that prefer that. But again, if they're together in the head, the vice can then quickly go down to the mat and be able to throw their bowls. So that doesn't slow down the game too much.
Just a quick update on the TV rink that we have at A5 at Montchuca. Looks like Nova Scotia is setting 1 right now. At least 1. 1 in a measure, it looks. It's hard to tell with Pat Bowles and Pat Bird's Bowles and Raymond McDonald.
Yeah, the stickers sort of help.
Yeah.
Sort of, if you can see that far.
But it's hard.
Yeah, but it's definitely the colors of the bowls that help you know who's got the bowls. But you have to concentrate and know whose bowls are whose. But once you know that, you can usually see what's happening in the head from a distance.
Yes. So I believe, I believe Nova Scotia got 2 on that one. So it's a 10-point differential with 5 ends to go. So Alberta is up 15-5.
Going full length now, pretty much.
Yes.
Not quite, but almost. You got to be careful with some of these rinks as well, that there tends to be a bit of a slope at the 6 feet from the ditch. So if you're past the jack, it may roll into the ditch. But this, see, it keeps going, but it stays on.
It was pretty good. I mean,
yeah, this rink looks like, from our vantage point, not bad.
Yeah, looks pretty good. I mean, we're finally getting a little gusts of wind time to time here when the day picked up. So pretty non-windy day. Nova Scotia is looking to claw back into this game, just picking up the last end. Williams are on 2 back pulls here. John trying to find his way to the back, just a couple feet short on his first run, looking to crack. Doesn't look that far off.
Nicely down, Peter. That's a good one.
Good enough to get one at least.
It's really close. I like that ball. Got similar stuff.
Yeah, on the rink beside, they've got the mat pulled right up. And with the jack in on the 6 feet mark, probably.
Alright, 6 cents.
Simon just went through the gap.
What do you think? Is that in your way?
But
If it's in your way, go here. Okay, you can see it. Draw. Draw in here. We can go around it. Oh, a little heavy. Okay, Rap. Draw in.
looking to be a little lighter on this one. Looks like John has the same weight, or same line, sorry, but short on this side. Taking away center line though.
Game of adjustments.
It is.
Sometimes you over adjust, eh?
Yeah, little tweaks. Yeah.
Nice weight.
Like Snell rolling his bull, coming down. It's very tight, but it's curling a lot. So.
Maybe they're having a little trouble with this particular length because I don't. They've been pretty tight with their heads. This one's not as tight. So
Looks like the most loose one that we have had today. Good chance for Nova Scotia to get some bulls in there if they can correct their line and weight. But it goes both
There you
ways.
go.
So
this might be a better one here.
it looks like a good one from Raven. Oh, it just
Good
keeps
too.
going.
It was a good line.
It was.
Sometimes you have to believe that they're that wide sometimes, right? You just let the bull come in. But they don't seem to be taking a whole lot of grass. But they're also coming in. Right up.
Top 4 bull though. It's still wide open for both teams to draw a good one in. So. Raymond looks tighter this time, but could be good weight. If it gets by John's bull, it could roll in for shot. Could be a measurement for shot. Or the back ones could be shot.
I know, and sometimes when you got loose ends like this, you don't realize, but you could be sitting 2 or 3 and don't know. Maybe narrow again on this one.
Francis looks like he contact on John, so gotta go a bit wider to see if we can draw it in. So.
It's a simple game, you know. You just gotta go wide and the right way.
Yeah, it's just an easy game, I say. Yeah.
I just realized there's only men on this rink, men's teams on this rink, and I cannot see further down for the women at all. What do you got on the rink beside us here? We've got Saskatchewan with Harriet Patuli against
Shannon Baldwin from BC, so the BC B team, sorry, and Saskatchewan A is on the first rink here, and I believe it's Manitoba A versus Ontario B.
What's the score for?
I believe Manitoba is up by 3. I think it's 10-7 for Manitoba, and going back to the first rank, it's 14-7 for Saskatchewan A over BCB. And Manitoba B, I believe, is up on Alberta A, 14-3.
So across the board here, we have quite a number of teams that have gone internationally on the women's side. Shirley Fitzpatrick-Wong from Manitoba and her family. Clarice Fitzpatrick. And we've got Harriet Patuli playing for Saskatchewan.
Doesn't matter, Brad. It doesn't matter.
Who else? lots of new people are here. Lots of new people from Ontario. Sophie Burrows' team. It's their first time here. I don't know the BC girls that well.
BCB been here, I believe, a couple times. The A team, I believe, if I can see them, I believe it is. Yeah, they've been here before.
Yeah, is that, yeah, I know.
Carrie Yip, I believe.
Yeah.
Little
okay.
scramble in that team, I think a couple years ago. So.
Yeah, and then further down, you can see we have Jackie Foster and her sister Tammy. And also, Jackie's been on the national team quite a number of times representing Canada. They are from New Brunswick. Sorry, Nova Scotia. Tammy's been the skip on that team for a while now, and they were the big winners last year at the Canadians. They won gold last year with their mom, Debbie Foster.
Jack in the ditch, Nova Scotia gets the delivery of the jack. And I believe Alberta got I think a 1 there. Yeah, they got 1, so it's 16-5 after 11 for Alberta A against Nova Scotia.
Yeah, you just have to keep plugging along and play your game as best as you can. Every stroke that you play gives you more feel for it for the next game, no matter what's happening. And they have to finish their games, no matter what the points are, because it's part of the tiebreakers at the end of the tournament. So for every win that you get 3 points. For every tie, you get 1 point, and if you lose, you get 0. So at the end of the tournament, after you've played 9 rounds, you can have several teams that are tied to go into the gold medal match. And so then the I don't know if the first tiebreaker is head-to-head.
Head-to-head, and then I believe it's...
Then the points come into play. Yeah, 4 and 4 points again, so...
For the teams in the tie, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a lot of times people do wonder why teams continue on when mathematically impossible to win, but every single point that you score can affect you at the end of the tournament.
Yes.
So you continue to... keep playing it, and then once you do get into the finals, it's simply win or loss. So if you can't win it, then you can stop the game.
Yeah. So those games will be on Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
And we have the bronze medal game at 10 o'clock Pacific time, and that would be 1 p.m. Eastern time. And then we got the gold medal games on a separate time, I believe, unless they decide to change that at, I think it is 12 o'clock, or sorry, 1:30.
Yeah, sometimes
Pacific
they've
time.
played them all together, but we want to showcase the gold medal matches, so it's kind of neat to see them on their own.
It's unique, yeah, for sure. So that will be for the pairs, fours, that, so. They're doing
Men and women?
Yes, and women. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah.
I gotta keep the women's side of things going,
yeah.
you know?
Yes. Yes. But, you got one pairs game on at a time is what I'm saying for each gender and
that's another
category.
beauty of this sport is that men and women can compete against the men almost on an equal basis. And a lot of times the difference might be a bit of strategy, but the bowling allows you to play mixed pairs and open pairs. They've opened up a lot of different tournaments across the country where you want to have an open tournament so that you have a mix of men and women playing on a team.
Yes. Very true. There's a lot of categories and a lot of competitions out there across Canada. A lot of disciplines. Different places you could go depending on what events you enter, so there's for sure. Yeah, back to the TV game. We got Alberta holding 1 right now from John's second bowl, I believe. So, the score update is 16-5 for Alberta after 11. So the gap there is 11 for 4 ends to go. Or 3. Yeah, 4 to go after. Nova Scotia coming in, trying to just pop that bull out. It looks like Raymond has a good amount of weight here if he gets by Johns. They just squeak in to get shot bull there.
Yeah, sometimes that's a shot. Good shot, but not so good shot,
Yeah.
right? But you can play those, though. Sometimes you play those wicks off, but you don't want to be playing those wicks where you throw it way out in left field and it hits the bowl and goes slamming through the head.
Yeah.
That's not so much fun. But at this level, too, it's just not about getting on the jack, right? So there's, if you look at the angle, sometimes you can double bowls out, take a bowl out.
We'll see what Pat does, or the result of Pat, because we have the Great Wall in front of us. But I believe Pat will just try and turn the Nova Scotia Bowl out to sit possibly 2, or he may just go after it. Looks like he's throwing some draw weight here, so.
We should tell these players, just like they do on the streaming from Australia, they're not allowed to stand in front of the camera. They have to stand in specific spots.
Yeah.
And if they're standing in front of the camera, they get told to move. And probably Pat's used to that, but that's why he was asking us at the beginning of the game whether he should be standing in a specific spot.
Yeah, I'd rather play through you over here, I think. But I just watched David's crack big time, eh?
Braden's a bit wide on that bowl. I believe he was just trying to flop the Alberta bowl to possibly sit 2 there. Very,
your ball will take that ball out.
very good hand. One's narrow, one's wide. So we'll see if the bowls can turn for their liking. That's a little more weight on this one. I think he was playing some draw weight, just trying to.
It looked like it came out very fast.
It came very fast from my eyes.
Yeah, yeah.
But that middle part could be taking away a lot of weight on that bowl. Like that one just looked a little spicy at his hand, but when it went to the middle, it just slowed down for him. So that's 1 to Nova Scotia, so that makes that 16-6 after 12. So we got 3 ends to play here, and we'll see if Nova Scotia can score some points to get this a little closer concept, and possibly go for the win. Got some pretty good bowls going around on the other rinks. I'm pretty sure every lead is still intact. You got BC leading Ontario B. So So BCA is leading Ontario B, and we got Alberta still up. And I believe it's actually a tie game between Saskatchewan A and Ontario A right now. And then it's Manitoba took the lead on BCB after 10, so it's 12-6 for Manitoba A. Actually, it's 13. 13-6 after 11 for Manitoba. We saw the great opening bowl by Drawn to sit one for Alberta. Game's just a bit wide on the bowl just to sit on John's, but two great back bowls for Nova Scotia right now. John's just looking to be a little wider, the perfect bowl. But he threw a great, perfect same bowl just to get behind the jack. John Simon knows the bowl. It looks like a better line for Nova Scotia. But he just thread the needle through the head. So Nova Scotia got 3 in the back, and Alberta's sitting 2 in the head. So Mike O'Reilly looks to add some pressure to the Nova Scotia team.
Good line, Mike. Get the weight up.
Looking like a great back bowl by Mike here. Just trying to drop to the tee.
Yeah, they just have to put position in pretty much and just keep Nova Scotia to 1 if nothing.
Exactly.
And so you play conservative. Let's go. Like if you kept Nova Scotia to 1 point all the way through, you'd still win the game, right? So you don't have to try to do anything crazy.
So it could be a measurement for shot now, but I believe Alberta sits at least 1 with their 2 bowls in the position they're in. So. It's a bit narrow on this bowl, but possibly looking to take John's bowl out here. And it looks perfect. So Nova Scotia sits 3 again.
Yeah, so again,
Alberta sits 3 again.
Yeah, well, this is an example again that you're not trying to get on the jack. You're trying to get to the bowl that sits 2nd or 3rd or 4th, so that you can have your multiple points.
Make sure we reach though, okay?
Exactly.
Now he's got a nice wall to come to, so he can afford to be a little heavy and just rolled off a little bit.
Come on, buddy, all the way. All the way, Pat. Come on, pal.
So 2 for Nova Scotia as it looks.
Peter. Round me outside onto this red. Draw the red this way.
Looks like Francis is putting a back bowl here, or a wing bowl actually. But
He doesn't want to put a wing bowl. He doesn't want to put anything near the head right now, probably.
But I think he perfectly has a tee-high bowl, so.
Yeah, there's still a bit of a wall on the right-hand side on the forehand for sure.
Yeah. Looks a bit tighter on this one from Raymond, so see if he gets the jack or bowl. And just thin. Just adding to the bowls in the back for Nova Scotia. Good trail for Nova Scotia could lead to multiple, so that's why Francis is trying to put that wing bowl right between
where Pat is.
Exactly.
I think he wants to put a bowl right where Pat is.
Yes. Just a little short in front of the jack. And there's the wing bowl you didn't want, so.
It's a bit in front. So.
A little in front.
Yeah.
Could wick off of it.
It could, but I think he'll Braden will probably play the forehand, and they'll have a little extra weight because he either hits the bowl or catches the jack, right?
Yeah. So there is still a possible descent for Nova Scotia to get multiples. So see if Braden can at least cut Alberta down from their 2 that they hold right now. Doesn't look like a lot, but it could be.
Look at it. Yeah.
Just through.
Actually, it was perfect weight.
It's a great bowl, just a couple throughs, so you know it's a game of inches when you're at this level. So.
And all these bowls have different lines, different curves, like how much they turn, different size bowls. So you have to learn your own bowl and how it plays. Different types of bowls, different manufacturers, companies.
Right in the middle of all those bowls.
This way if you like. Anything down is good right now.
I think he's still trying to put foot. Where's put that his foot is. Alberta's foot is.
So there's multiple choices for Braden here to score multiple. He is correct. Not a bad bowl by Pat there in a position. Braden could either take both out and sit possibly 3, or you could trail it for multiple than that. So
Took it wider.
see,
Took it wider.
looked like there wasn't enough weight, but it just beautifully
There you
just
go.
drove.
Number 1. Yeah.
Number 1. So that's 1 for Nova Scotia. So.
Are we going this way to the orange then?
Nova Scotia didn't have very many options for too big a score. So they have to score everything now. They want to get their points up.
So that looks a little wide, so it looks like it will be 1 Nova Scotia. So that will bring the score to 16-7 after 13 for Alberta. Those just tuning in the last couple ends, it's currently 16-7 for Alberta over Nova Scotia. I'm Ozzy Chambers broadcasting alongside
Laura Seed from Ontario.
So it's good.
Yeah, I tried to get here. Obviously, I didn't. I'm in the booth talking about it instead of playing. But I'm here with my husband, who did get through in pairs, David Anderson. I think most of the people around here know who David Anderson is. It was great to come out and, well, like to support the teams, and I come out and meet lots of my friends that I've seen over the years and stuff. So it's really good. Great facility here. We have a couple of facilities in Ontario, but we don't have any that have 4 greens. Mostly 2, mostly 1. So it's nice to see this kind of big facility in a really nice park where there's lots of stuff going on and there's zip lining going along.
Yeah, we haven't seen one this game, but we heard the screams from up there last game. So.
It's a good promotion for zip lining, right? Especially when there's something like this going on and people can see what's going on. And I think they scream on purpose. I don't think it's that scary.
No, it looks, yeah.
But who knows?
You never know.
Yeah, you can play either.
So Alberta sets 1 right now.
Third, put a finger up.
So John's coming in. It's a little late, but it could sneak by that bowl for a good 3rd shot. So. Great effort by Nova Scotia so far. So. Michael Riley's on the mat now, delivering his bowl. Coming pretty good down. Just a little short on his first shot.
Yeah, so there's also too, just looking around, there's a couple of from mother-daughter, father-son combinations here. It's great. Again, it's a sport. This is a sport that allows generations to play together. So Eric Gallipo from Ontario is playing with his father Rob, and then we have the Mike Patulli. No, Jonathan Patulli. Sorry, Mike. Jonathan Patulli playing with his dad, Murray. And then we got Shirley Fitzpatrick Wong playing with her mom, Clarice. And just trying to think if there's others. Oh, Tammy. Well, then there's sisters, of course. There's the sisters, Tammy. And they played with their mom last year.
And won the championship last year.
And they won,
so
yeah.
Family
yeah.
affair.
Yeah, yeah, the family affair there, yeah. So it's a great sport, too, for grandparents to bring out their grandchildren. So at our club, we have one grandfather started the sport only a couple of years ago, and now he's got his grandson in it. So it's really good. Good bonding times.
It is. Just a little head update. It's Alberta sending one in the head alongside three Nova Scotia Bulls around the jack. So 2 of John's and 1 of Liam's. So Alberta's just looking to get another one in. So get Raymond's on the mat to do something different. Not a bad ball here by Raymond, so
Yeah.
I believe they possibly set second on that last one, so Bruno's looking to get a second one in the head. Francis is trying to draw a second one in there. Alberta looks like they got the back, so I'm not that worried this end. So.
No. Couple bulls in the head, bull in the back.
So Nova Scotia's probably looking for a little chop and push the bull out.
And they got to touch the bull. Now.
Yeah, so they're down 9, coming down this end, so they're looking to possibly probably grab a handful here. So.
Jack's going anywhere, it's going straight back.
If not, it's getting pretty close. Yeah, Nova Scotia has to score on this end to keep himself in a scoring opportunity to either get a tie or a win here. So. 2 to go.
We got 2 minutes to go.
Yeah,
After
Braden's
this.
first bowl of the 14th end. Little
Oh, he took
himself out, but Nova Scotia has 2 in the back now. So
Yeah, but did he take himself out? See, now did he have only 1 bull in the head? Now he's down 2 or 3 or 4?
He's still down 1.
Okay, I can't see it from here.
It's all good. I just have a little angle. It's all good. So we got John's 2 front bulls there with Liam's Jack High roll. So they set, I would say, 2 to 4. So a great effort by Braden on that one. Just a little wide.
Got Kerry Mann's looking up here. I don't know what he's looking up here for, and maybe wondering if we're saying good things about him or not.
Yeah.
He's in a good position. He's up a fair amount for BC.
He's up 21-8, so you for sure see the smile on his face.
21.
21, yeah, to 8.
But they can't see it, right? You're really lucky.
Quebec is still up, and then you got
No, Quebec isn't up.
Or sorry, yes, Alberta's still up in the Quebec-Alberta game.
Yes.
And then you have Saskatchewan, who just grabbed the 13-12 lead after
So that-
13, I think.
Yeah, so that's both very strong teams, and they're keeping it close.
And Braden took out another one of his bulls, so he sits 2 seconds here. So We'll see if Pat can draw another one and pretty much put the dagger in for Nova Scotia. Looks like a pretty good ball here. Just a little light.
I think I was pretty close. Who knows? Maybe I wasn't close.
And then your final score update is it's 13-8 for Manitoba A against BCB after 12 rounds. It's 13-8 with Alberta delivering the last end. It's 17-7. Some great goals from all the players in the featured match today, so it's looking good.
So what's the update on the ladies there?
The ladies, it looks like it's Saskatchewan over Saskatchewan A, or yes, A against BCB, and Saskatchewan is up. I think possibly 12-7. Can't see the Saskatchewan score, but the Manitoba and Ontario B, it's 19-7 for Manitoba, and sorry, that's Manitoba B. That's up 19-7. The Manitoba A is up 16-7 on Alberta A. And BC A is up 18-14 on Ontario A. Coming home.
No, that should be Ontario B. That's Cindy Higgins.
I believe so.
Yeah, that's Ontario.
It's hard because all the letters
I
and
know,
numbers
they're all
are
the
together.
same. And you're looking quite far out now. It's
Yes.
not easy. That's why we need binoculars.
Yeah, we should get a pair for the next game. So Nova Scotia in the last women's fours against Saskatchewan B. It's 19-6 for Nova Scotia in the 12th end, or Plain 13.
So those are the two rinks that we can see from up here. We can't see the two other rinks that well in terms of the scores. If Ozzy really strained, he might, but it might give him a headache.
Yeah. Yeah, no score updates on the men's pairs and the lady pairs.
Yeah, that's right.
If you would like those results, you can visit Bowls Canada under championships of the 2023 Canadian Championship tab. Yeah.
I like it, Mike. Come on. Right. All the way, pal. Yeah, that's good stuff. Good stuff.
Looks like the smoke's just creeping in for the end of the second game. A little cloudy, possibly, actually.
I don't think it's cloudy as much as I think you're right.
I think it's more smoke now, so
Yeah.
it's a little sad to see the smoke creeping in right now.
Oh, good one, John.
Great goal, John. So, Jack High Toucher. I believe they said 2.
I'm like, yeah, every point counts right now. They gotta try to get
Close
points
the
on the board.
margin, yeah. Margin, yeah.
Well, no, it's more about making sure they get some points so that towards the end of the tournament, if
Yes.
they could come into.
Yeah, exactly. So, close the margin on Alberta, but possibly.
Yeah, because if you don't let Alberta keep scoring, then that might come into effect at the end of the game.
Yes.
At the game
Oh,
as well.
great goal by Francis here. I believe he's the shot goal now, or either second.
That's hard to tell from here.
For sure a look from my angle, so we'll see if Raymond can possibly change that.
Just came out angled again. You had the good wing.
Looks like a good goal if he gets by the
Down here,
front one.
push the last one around.
Oh, he did. Good third shot.
Yeah. Okay, stay close. Good
looks a bit tighter on this one. Most likely we'll hit a front guard. Looks like he took away the left side of the ring. Possibly a good job there still. But see if Raymond can make a correction on his last bowl here for the game. Looks like a good line. Just the weight might be on the good side, but a bit narrow on that one, and it dropped into the ditch. So these greens are pretty good. So you never know where your bowls are going. Just keep on rolling sometimes. See how the skips finish this game. And
it's tough up there.
looks pretty much like everyone's playing their last end besides the BC Manitoba game and Saskatchewan A against Ontario A. So
Well, look at a close match there.
it is, and it looks like they just called for umpire measures. So possibly Ontario could guide it or took the lead, or Saskatchewan added to their lead. So we'll see after that end.
Come on in, buddy. Come on. Oh, all right. Good.
That's right, they go to 15. I keep forgetting that.
50, yeah. So you guys are watching the last end of the Nova Scotia and Alberta game. And Braden Jess was a bit there.
Yeah.
It's closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, you notice some of the bowls, like it was at the arrow bowls, the way they're colored and stuff, when they go down the green, they look like they're going a mile a minute. A lot of ingenious ideas on these bowls. Different colors, different designs.
So that's the game. So Alberta won it. Possibly it is one to Alberta or one to Nova Scotia, depending on whatever they agree on. And it was.
So on the other rink, they threw a runner, and a bull went into the other rink, and the player tried to catch it, but he didn't quite make it. So that's what they're all laughing about over there. Got to be careful with these runners. You got to give people the heads up that you're going to throw a runner, so you can protect your ankles and you can protect the other rinks.
Exactly. So Nova Scotia got the point in that last one, so it was 17-8 for Alberta A against Nova Scotia A. Rematch of the gold medal match, and Alberta came on top again. I believe Nova Scotia is 1-1 now, and Alberta is as well 1-1. So
all right.
Both teams are at a 500 percentage, so we'll see. So that's the end of round 2 broadcast. It was Aussie Chambers broadcasting alongside Laura, and we'd just like to thank you for tuning in and all the sponsors for supporting Bowls Canada Championship. That's all for now.
All right, thank you, everybody.